Hello and welcome back to the Gale Blade News. In today's news topic, we will be discussing the reason for Tesco demanding suppliers to reduce their prices in a store discount battle with the various other retailers. Tesco has reportedly asked suppliers to agree price cuts as it steps up its battle with budget supermarkets. The move is part of its shift to an everyday low pricing strategy, which will see it use fewer promotions. A Tesco spokesperson said, "We are committed to open, fair and transparent partnerships with all of our suppliers." Tesco has given suppliers a deadline of the 10th of July to agree, according to the grocer. Several suppliers told the trade publication that they faced pressure from the supermarket to lower their prices. Some raised concerns over the timescale of the demands, as well as a lack of clarity over how the change in promotions would work in practice. Tesco launched its Aldi price match promise in March, where products including fresh and freezer food are matched against those offered at the budget supermarket. The supermarket announced in June that it has extended the scheme to nearly 500 Tesco and branded products in response to increasing competition. We've also reduced the number of short-term promotions as we focus our investment on everyday low prices instead, it said. A Tesco spokesperson told BBC News, "We have been speaking up to suppliers about how we can work together to continue giving our customers great value. We don't believe that our customers should pay more for a brand at Tesco than anywhere else." They added, "We are committed to open, fair and transparent partnerships with all of our suppliers, and that collaborative approach will continue as we look for new and innovative ways to bring our customers great value." Tesco reported strong first quarter sales last week. The supermarket said that while the number of trips made by shoppers fell by nearly a third in the 13 weeks to the 30th of May, the amount being bought rose 64%. In a trading update, Tesco said group sales had risen 8% to $13.4 billion in the period, but warned that coronavirus-related costs were set to hit £840 million this year. Neil Shah, Director of Research at Edison Group, said that investors should keep a close eye on the company, since the group operates in a crowded market, with retailers Aldi and Lidl continuing to gain market share, and current results might not be replicated when the UK is lifted from lockdown. So my thoughts on this is not a good direction. I don't like the fact that Tesco is doing this because suppliers in the UK don't actually receive that much money. Out of the supply chain, if you look at the farmers, then you have to look at the sometimes the wholesalers in there as well, and then you have the retailer, and then you get to the consumer. Usually the ones who take the biggest cut in profits from any products tends to be the retailer. With the demand for kind of showcasing your product, Tesco can demand higher pricing from their point of view. So they could do, for example, if you have £1 in milk, 70 pence of that will probably end up going to Tesco, 20 pence maybe to the wholesaler, and then 10 pence to the supplier. That's generally how it tends to work. And obviously, depending on where you want your product kind of promoted within Tesco, that's where the price demands will increase. So if you want it middle shelf, at eye level, that is going to be your kind of premium space. It's also the best kind of psychological areas are actually as you turn into one of the aisles, so the middle shelf on the furthest left or the furthest right is kind of the ideal kind of sweet spots. In comparison, if you have something either on the top shelf or on the very bottom shelf, you're going to have slightly lower pricing because it's not going to be highlighted as much. The suppliers within the UK, especially farmers, are really struggling and actually have to subsidise their costs with doing alternative business, for example, such as a B&B. This is actually a bad idea, so they can't focus on the quality of their product if they're having to kind of run multiple businesses just to keep themselves afloat. Whatever you think, leave your comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe.